The newest and biggest LEGO architecture model ever is the Notre-Dame Cathedral from France, a 4,400-piece monster that will keep architecture lovers busy until next year's release. Thank you LEGO for sending it for review. Not sure if it was intentional or not, but last year's Imagi Castle box also had this sand green stripe at the bottom, so maybe the architecture theme is looking for some consistency here. This box type, however, is actually new, where it does open like this, and I was surprised to find that the interior box where the building instructions and bags of pieces were is made in the exact same way. Some Harry Potter sets I reviewed yesterday also feature this new style of box, as does the LEGO Ideas cat set I'll be reviewing soon. Before moving on, I do need to point out that right out of the gate on bag 1 I was missing a piece. This usually doesn't happen for such big elements, and LEGO is great at sending replacements, but before putting down one from my personal collection I thought I should mention it. The model does not feel like a 4,400 piece model at all. Next to the Natural History Museum, which has a similar piece count, that much is clear. But this thing is dense, jam-packed of tiny pieces that you can totally feel the weight of once you pick up the model. As for size, in some ways it feels similar to previous architecture sets like the Magic Castle or the Pyramid due to being longer but not as deep. As is always the case with the theme, the standard black base and printed name tile are present, but what's not usually the case is how detailed of a model you get. The piece count and size help in that regard, of course, but with this one I don't get the feeling that too much detail was compromised due to the building being done in micro scale. You can see a lot of the individual windows, columns made out of tan wand elements, the flying buttresses using candle elements with holes to mimic the water channels to drain rainwater, very much like the real buttresses have, the statues of the apostles, and much more. With each angle that you choose to look at the model, you'll always find something new, making it a product that is worth spending some time exploring after you're done with the build. And I do need to talk about the build. Due to the intrinsic nature of such a model, repetition is unavoidable, and while in most LEGO sets I would be annoyed about it, the way the build flow was engineered made the whole process not that painful to do. I used my technique of sliding small 1x1 pieces together over a flat surface to align them faster than you normally would if you would stack the pieces straight up, so that might have helped, and the sizes of the sub-builds you'll need to be assembling over and over again aren't that big to the point of driving someone insane. There wasn't any groundbreaking building technique I could spot with the model, but there's a lot of studs not on top techniques going on, especially for all of the details placed sideways. The assembly surrounding the printed rose windows on the sides of the build were interesting, and the east side of the cathedral made round with inch plates was kinda neat. The build and building instructions also take you on a timeline journey where you build the model in the same way the real-life building was done, with lots of cool insights and facts about the build and milestones which people who appreciate this level of insight will enjoy for sure. I for one enjoy the building experience, and for me personally it was kind of a shame seeing a lot of beautiful detailing inside the model being completely covered up in later stages of the process. Most LEGO sets will be an ugly mess internally for a nice looking exterior look, whereas the LEGO Notre-Dame Cathedral is not one of such cases, and I had a similar feeling when building the Imagi Castle. It is possible to remove part of the roof to see some of it, and the model was designed with open front doors so that people can take a peek inside and feel some of the awe people will actually feel when walking inside the real building. Due to these and the amount of transparent elements used for the window sections, this will be one of those LEGO sets that will look beautiful in low lights and a light kit installed shining through. It's a real shame LEGO doesn't do them. At $230 and close to 4,400 pieces, the LEGO Notre-Dame is probably one of the best LEGO sets out there when it comes to price per piece ratio. Sure, hundreds if not a few thousand of them are pretty small, but that doesn't make them free to produce. And there's also the printed name plaque and the rose window elements to take into account. I don't think this is a model that will be that appealing to the masses, but for those of you who end up getting it, even at retail price, I think you totally get your money's worth out of this product. In doing so, you'll embark on a massive LEGO project to work on that could be fun to put together depending on your tastes, and when finished makes for a very interesting and neat looking display piece that you should be able to fit on most bookshelves you have at home. The LEGO Notre-Dame Cathedral will be available to purchase on June 1st, links in the description if you wish to buy it while supporting the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Meow.